Welcome into Lou Hayes Pony Field in Washington, Pennsylvania. We're set to bring you coverage of Day 5, the evening session at the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. Good afternoon, I'm Joe Mercado, and thanks for joining us. 10 teams started their tournament journey on Friday, and 4 remain in search of the World Championship as we take you to the bracket, the upper half of the bracket. And ironically, our first game this evening is a rematch of a game we saw earlier today. Youngstown, Ohio, taking on Edogawa, Japan, and a game that started about 10 a.m. this morning. And Japan jumped on the scoreboard early and often in this one in a 6-2 victory, their second 6-run performance of the tournament so far. Japan plating a pair of runs in the first inning. They added 1 more in the second and 3 more in the third inning. That was all part of a 9-hit attack for Edogawa, Japan, as they collect a 6-2 victory, keeping them undefeated in the tournament. To the gentleman calling the action in this one, we take you upstairs to Lanny Fratteri and Ernie Galuski.
Joe, thank you very much. Ernie, would you explain how dramatically different the two teams' schedules have been?
Well, Japan will be playing their second game today. They've already beat Youngstown in only their third game of the tournament. Now, Youngstown, on the other hand, their tournament started last Friday. They had 3 days off, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now they'll be playing their third baseball game here today with a rematch with Japan. So it's going to be really interesting how both teams handle the adversity that the weather has brought over the last couple of days.
All right, that sets the stage for you. We'll meet the players in just a moment.
Shoot 2.
You deserve to be here. I believe in you, believe in what we're doing.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
People see Alex play and they know that she's different.
It makes me want to be a better soccer player on the field.
It was just this mindset that I had from a young age that I'm going to compete in everything I work at and I want to win.
When all the eyes are on her, that's when she performs the best.
It's great to have body armor with me through my workout for the World Cup as I'm preparing to be on the biggest stage. We're just so much more powerful and strong as a team than as an individual.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
The division final, Youngstown, Ohio, and Edogawa, Japan. An Edogawa win will put them into tomorrow night's championship. A Youngstown win will force an if necessary game tomorrow morning.
Edogawa, Japan, 1 win away from reaching the championship at the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony World Series. Youngstown, Ohio, needing a pair. We take you upstairs to meet the players in this contest, to Mr. Bob Gregg.
Youngstown will be the visiting team in tonight's division final. Leading off and playing center field, number 1, Caden Reese. Batting second and playing third base, number 27, Lane Ryder. Batting third, the shortstop, number 14, Jaden Amos. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 24, Ben Otis. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 2, Braden Veraco. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 17, Logan Patelis. Batting seventh and catching, number 25, Ford Stacy. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 5, Ryan Weibling. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 12, Joey Gabriel. Number 23, number 3, Nolan Wilkerson. Number 4, Brecken Hederick. Number 7, Gavin Hiscox. Number 19, Carter Reichard. Number 21, Jake Dovich. Number 28, George Camuso. Manager, Joe Gabriel. Coach, Joe Widrig. Coach, Pete Patelis. Host area champion, Youngstown, Ohio. And now for the Caribbean champions from Edogawa, Japan. Leading off and playing third base, number 5, Keito Saita. Batting second and playing second base, Kaisei Fukuchi. Batting third and playing left field, number 10, Kai Miyagi. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 3, Kode Minamatsu. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 7, Yugo Inoue. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 6, Natsuki Nakamura. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 9, Haruto Kawasaki. Batting eighth and pitching, number 1, Yude Hayashi. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 2, Takashi Shikakura. Number 8, Kairi Nishida. Number 11, Shota Takashita. Number 12, Keito Tsuruta. Number 13, Haruka Otake. Number 14, Ao Yamane. Number 15, Yusei Sasaki. Manager, Yutaka Furusawa. Coach, Tasuku Ayamori. Coach, Masada Aida. Edogawa, Japan. Umpiring at home plate, Jeff Boehner. At first base, Matt Fox. At second base, Ron Ross. At third base, Adam Caldwell. Decisions Committee, Terry Faust, Tom O'Connor, Lenny Lynch.
At this time, we ask all that are able to please rise for the Pony Prayer and the national anthems. Gentlemen and boys, please remove your caps. Thank you to all veterans and active duty members of the United States Armed Forces for your service. We invite you to render a hand salute during the Star-Spangled Banner. Almighty God, help us to realize that we are gathered here to watch young people play baseball, not to second-guess strategy, dispute decisions, or question ability. That we are here to cheer, to encourage, to join in the fun that is baseball, not to jeer, discourage, or otherwise degrade the game. That while officials and players are expected to perform within the bounds of certain standards, we also, as spectators, are expected to conduct ourselves within the bounds of good sportsmanship. May this contest end without injury, without feelings of ill will, without disgrace, but as an activity worthy of thy blessing. Amen.
14 games already written into the history of the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. 4 of those this morning. We've got 2 more games this evening for you. Youngstown, Ohio and Edogawa, Japan set to take the field in Game 15, and it's coming up next.
A spectacular play. Cannonball coming. Raise the Jolly Roger.
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news. In Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
225 years in the making. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, presented by EQT, August 12th through 19th at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Listen to live music with bands like Russell Dickerson, Six Gun Sally, Marcus Tyler Band, and more. Get down and dirty with motocross, drag racing, and 2 demolition derbies, plus high school bands and the school bus demolition derby. Daily admission is $10 and parking is free. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, August 12th through 19th. Find out more at washingtonfair.org.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities. And that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our programs give every child the opportunity to overcome obstacles, achieve milestones, and reach their fullest early learning potential. From cutting-edge development therapies and daily medical supervision to quality early education for children of all abilities, we cater to each family's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
We are ready for baseball, and the dimensions of Blue Ace Pony Field. First of all, keep in mind the distance between bases, 80 feet, 54 feet from the mound to home plate, 250 down the lines, 385 to the power alleys, 305 to straightaway center field. We've had tremendous weather today after bad storms over the weekend, and then 2 games last night had to be postponed, necessitating the 6 games today. 75 degrees. And Edogawa, Japan is the home team. The batting order. Caden Reese had an elbow problem, played the first game today, was scratched from the starting lineup in the second game. Back in there to lead off Ryder, Amos, Otis, Taco Baracco, Patella, Stacy, Weibling, and Gabriel against Yude Hayashi, the right-hander for Edogawa, Japan. And backed up by these friends, Miyagi, Kawasaki, in a way. And then on the infield, Sayada, Nakamura at shortstop, Fukuchi at second baseman, and Machu at first, and Shikakura is the catcher. And Ernie Galuski mentioned the strange travels for Youngstown after sitting out for 3 days, and now here the Youngstown team is faced with its 3rd game of the day. Well, keep in mind that Youngstown, if it wants to be in the championship game, has to win this game and then beat Japan again tomorrow And if they do so, they'll be in the title game. If Japan wins tonight, no if necessary game.
Yeah, for Youngstown, it's a very, very difficult road, but one that I'm sure they are very happy to be on right now. Played a lot of baseball today. They're working on about 12 to 14 hours of playing and thinking baseball right now today. So fatigue's going to set in at some point, but they're kids, and I'm sure the adrenaline of being in this game and being in this situation will be able to carry them through.
Duck Woodrick at third. Pete Patelis coaches first. Joe Gabriel, the manager, and we are underway. The Pony League World Series at 6:16. Caden Reese, 1 for 4 in the tournament. And a breaking ball outside. This Youngstown team has players from Ohio and from Western Pennsylvania. Hiyoshi's 1-1 pitch is a ball. Reese, Ryder, and Amos. And the 2-1 pitch is high and inside. Now, keep in mind that anybody that pitched earlier today, the pitching rules are 95 pitches, 95 for a calendar day. So anybody that worked earlier in the day, it's just a matter of keeping tabs on how much more you've got legally available on a starting base on balls.
You know, these games are really days, not games. Today is really difficult to manage for these guys that are coaching these teams, because you don't expect something like this coming in where you may have to play 3 games in a day and manage a pitching staff. And that's the reality, though. And both coaching staffs are going to have to make wise decisions here tonight.
Here's one of the young men that is from Pennsylvania. There are 6 players from Pennsylvania, and Lane is from Grove City. Fly ball, pretty much straight away center, now leaking a little bit into right center field. Ryder with the fly out to center field is now 4 for 9 in the tournament. And that'll bring up Jaden Amos.
When Ryder got a hanging breaking ball there in an 0-0 count after 4 consecutive pitches out of the zone from Hawaii. He jumped all over the first pitch and just missed it and flew out to center.
Left-handed batter at shortstop, Jaden Amos, looks at a strike. Amos, in the Youngstown win on Friday night over Covina, was the starting and winning pitcher. He went 4 2/3 innings, struck out 12. He was 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. And the pitch is outside of this left-handed batter, 1 ball, 1 strike. The players from Ohio during the 3-day break got together with Joe Gabriel at Boardman High School. There's a check swing. And the appeal and the ruling of the home plate umpire sustained by the third base umpire, Adam Caldwell. The players from Pennsylvania, they got together with Jaden Amos's dad. 2 balls, 1 strike. And a called strike to make it 2-2. Just underway, 1 on and 1 out. Runner going and a foul ball. And that will force Reese to do an about face.
Hayashi very, very dominant with the breaking ball here. About 90% so far has been a breaking ball. And you see Reese took off to try to steal second base, knowing that the probability of an off-speed pitch was coming.
Yeah, throw to first base. So Youngstown beat Covina 8-6 on Friday night, even though Youngstown only had 5 hits in that game. Then this morning, the loss to Japan 6-2. This afternoon, the win over Covina 3-1. Ground ball. Second baseman Fukuchi to Nakamura on to Minamatsu. And quickly, the lid is put down on the top of the first inning. And the team from Japan ready to bat for the first time.
Serve the the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
AHN Sports Medicine takes you from sideline to standout with sports performance and injury recovery programs. AHN helps strengthen your body and keeps you game day ready. Call 412 Doctors to book an appointment and go next level with AHN Sports Medicine. Our thanks to AHN Sports Medicine providing emergency medical services all week long here at the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series.
The Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, by the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, and by the Observer Publishing Company.
Let's review the Edogawa batting order. Saita leading off, Bakuchi batting second, Miyagi hitting third, then Minamatsu, Inoue, Nakamura, Kawasaki, Haishi, and then Shikura. The starting pitcher for Youngstown is Braden Baraka, who is known affectionately to his teammates as Taco. And he'll be backed up by these friends, Otis, Reese, and Weibling in the outfield. Riders at third, Amos at short, Gabriel at second, Patelis at first, Stacy catching. First of two games we have for you tonight. And the second one will feature Washington County and Monterey. And all that we told you about the road that Youngstown wants to travel, same story for Monterey. Called strike. So the two wins for Japan, one over Palmview 6-4. Palmview really let that game slip away. Palmview had the lead late in the game, and the Japanese players got together for 4 runs in the 7th inning to win it 6-4. And then the win earlier today, 6-2 over Youngstown. 1-1 pitch. Liner, base hit into left center field. Quickly over Otis to get the ball back in.
What a nice piece of hitting there by Saita. Gets a fastball in the outer part of the plate, gets the barrel to it, and smokes a line drive over the shortstop's head. I think if the conditions were drier, that ball may be able to scoot into the gap for extra bases, but with all of the rain over the last couple of days, the outfield is pretty soggy, and we've seen it all day long. Balls, they just go out there and die in that outfield grass.
This is quite common for the team from Edogawa, Japan. Not afraid to bunt early in games. And sometimes we've seen them fake bunts and have the runner go, hoping that maybe the bunting stance will create some kind of mild distraction.
You know, the one thing we've seen over the years is that usually our friends from the Asia Pacific zone compete pretty well here. They typically play on the last day, and they by far bunt and play small ball more than any other team that we see over the years in the Pony League World Series. They're a region that still values small ball, and they're very good at it.
And fundamentally sound.
Absolutely. Let me go right back to the top of the first. The 4-6-3 double play was just as pretty as you could, draw it up. I mean, everything was so fundamentally sound. Get in front of the ball, a good toss, move your feet on balance, and make a strong throw.
Runner going. Ground ball to short. The out will have to go to first. Shortstop Amos does. There was no chance with the runner going to get the out at second base. Runner at second, 1 out. No score in the bottom of the first inning.
You know, this is a Japan team that will continue to put pressure on you all day long. Starting in the batter's box, they're going to put the ball in play. They're going to extend at-bats. They're going to bunt. They know how to situational hit. And then once they get on the base paths, they are going to take advantage of everything they can.
Well, Miyagi is from Okinawa, and there has been one team from Japan to win the Pony League World Series, and that was Okinawa in 1972. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. I mentioned that Palmview had the game. Oh, by the way, folks, throughout our broadcast tonight, we'll have live drone coverage for you and give you some great looks at this beautiful ballpark in Washington Park. High chopper up the middle. And grabbed by Amos, but the throw to first not in time. And so Edogawa has runners at the lines. First and third, 1 out.
What a nice play by the shortstop, Amos. Just not enough time to get the speedy Miyagi running up the first base line. Now a first and third situation against Japan. If you're Youngstown, this is the type of situations you don't want to be in, because they can do so many things on the base paths, and you know they're going to do something to make something happen here.
Runner going, a late break to second. Miyagi the stolen base.
So already just 1 out in the bottom of the first. We've seen a bunt attempt. We've seen a hit and run. We've seen now a delayed steal. And they've only recorded 1 out in the first inning.
1 strike to pitch to Minamatsu, up high, 1-1. We have noticed, and I'm sure you will as we march along in this game, that the signals do not come from the third base coach for the Japanese team. They come from the dugout, where the manager happens to reside, Yutaka Furusawa. Fly ball, home run. First home run of the tournament for Edogawa. And Edogawa takes a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning.
And Minamatsu got something up in the zone and exploded on it. Way out of the ballpark to left field. Japan takes the early lead, but he got exactly what he was looking for, an elevated pitch, a little bit more than belt high. He was able to be short and quick to it and get it out of the ballpark in a hurry.
No post home run heroics and antics, just hit the ball out, run around the bases. And away. 2 for 6. And a called strike, 0-2.
A bit of a late call there from the home plate umpire, but the correct call. Good breaking ball there from Veraco.
Jeff Boehner calling balls and strikes. Fastball up, swing and a miss, 2 outs.
In a way, really chased one there, but you fall behind 0-2. Good placement with the fastball from Veraco. The catcher, Stacy, wanted it up. He hit the spot he wanted and was able to entice in a way to swing at a pitch out of the zone.
And activity in the left field corner here in the first inning. Carter Reichert is going to start warming up as the 6th batter of the ball game. Nakamura, and a called strike to make it 0-2. 3-0. Edogawa leads. 0-2 pitch. He's up high. Veraco's 1-2 pitch. down and in. And the count 2-2.
I thought that pitch may have hit Nakamura. He is not acting like he did, so right back in the box he goes.
And a full count from 0-2 to 3-2. 3-0. Edogawa, Japan leads. That home run by Minamatsu, the 15th home run of the tournament this year. There were a total of 16 hit last year. And outside ball 4. So 4 of the first 6 Edogawa batters have reached.
See Baraka with the reaction there. He knows he lost that breaking ball. Came out of the side of the hand, wasn't able to get on top of it. And being up no balls and 2 strikes, 4 consecutive pitches out of the zone.
And showing bunt with 2 outs is Kawasaki. Kawasaki, by the way, earlier today had 2 bunt base hits. So we shouldn't be surprised that he showed bunt even with 2 outs. And a called strike.
Yeah, even with 2 outs here, Ryder, the third baseman for Youngstown, he is a couple steps behind the bag where he starts. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Kawasaki didn't try to get a bunt for a base hit down.
As I said, he did it twice against Youngstown in the ball game earlier. And by the way, off both bunt singles, scored runs. 1 and 2.
Now's when you can back up as a third baseman. 2 outs, 2 strikes. You want to back up and cover some more ground now.
Three nothing the score. 1-2 pitch. And served into left center field. Reese makes the catch. 3 runs on 3 hits. And at the end of 1 by way of the Minamatsu 3-run homer, the young men from the land of the rising sun lead the young men from the Buckeye State 3-0.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.
Frank, what exactly are you doing?
Working on my checkbook, man. Balancing my bread.
Washington Financial Bank has mobile banking. You can manage your account from your smartphone or device.
Operator, you are so smart on this phone. Please balance my checkbook.
See how far community banking has come at Washington Financial Bank.
This phone's not so smart.
At Penn West University, we're here for it. Here for the hard workers, the life changers. Here in California, in Clarion, and in Edinburgh, and with our global online programs. At Penn West University, we're here for you. Learn more at pennwest.edu/learn.
Well, there's no shortage of players from this Pony League World Series that have played their way into the major leagues. Notably, Christian Yelich of the Milwaukee Brewers played for the Simi Valley, California team. Spencer Steer of the Cincinnati Reds played for Long Beach, California. Blake Perkins of the Brewers, also coming out of Long Beach, California. Elliot Ramos of the San Francisco Giants played for Puerto Rico. Yu Chang from the Red Sox played for Chinese Taipei. Travis d'Arnaud, the catcher of the Atlanta Braves, played for Lakewood, California as well.
Ramos, a former batting champion at the Pony League World Series. Well, quite a memory for Ben Otis earlier in the day. This young man from Youngstown, Ohio, had the walk-off home run 2.5 hours ago against Covina, California.
Yeah, and it was a really good swing. He was ahead in the count and got a pitch out over the plate. He got extended and actually hit it out of the ballpark the opposite way, and no doubter to right field.
Let's see if Ernie's right about his description. Yep. You can go to the bank on Ernie Galuski, folks.
Hey, and they were scoreless to that point. Now they were down 1-0 going into that inning, and you know, the Youngstown only scored on one play. It just happened to be the big 3-run homer from Ben Otis.
You know, remember that matchup between Youngstown and Covina. You've got a team from a state that's never won a Pony League World Series against a team from the state that has won 22 of them. And a ball. Leadoff walk. The leadoff walk to Reese in the first inning did not blossom into anything.
Yeah, after 4 hitters, Hayashi has walked 2 Youngstown hitters, so he's 50% right now with the base on balls. He was just the beneficiary of a 4-6-3 double play to end the first inning. A beautifully turned 4-6-3 double play by this Japan middle infield.
Ernie, you and I have been together a lot of times, and one of the things I like about our friendship is that you humor me.
That's not true.
When I have a tendency to kind of go off the rails, and you know that it's true that when it comes to baseball, we are so inundated with numbers. Ground ball to third, 5, 4, 3.
Boy, just another perfectly executed, fundamentally sound double play in this Japan infield. Saida to Fukuchi on to Miniatsu. Perfectly executed.
And by the way, here's my point. The infield for this Japanese team, every player, all 6 of them, have the same uniform number as their position number.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was writing the lineup in. Hey, this is an old school way of thinking as Hayashi misses with the first offering, but you know, I had a coach used to tell me that 100 pennies made $1. So if you do 100, if you do 100 little things right, you're gonna have something worth something, right? And baseball used to be my old college coach.
Huh?
You know, if you do all the little things right, big things add up, and you know, this Japan team is a perfect example of that.
2-0 pitch, rocketed to the edge of the warning track. No runs, no hits, a walk, double play, nobody left on, and Edogawa Japan leads 3-0 at the end of an inning and a half.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G boss mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
The Washington Automall difference gives you 6 more reasons to buy from us. 6 months of paintless net repair, lost key coverage, interior exterior protection, and tire coverage at no charge on all qualified vehicles. We finally have some new vehicles available, and we have a great selection of used vehicles ready to go. Or we'll buy your vehicle. South Hills Toyota, Washington Honda, and Washington Hyundai. It's all at the mall.
Owned and operated by the Perlman family since 1914, King's Jewelry invites you to become part of the family.
We want you to come in, we want you to smile, and we want you to leave smiling.
We are definitely a very family-oriented business. Love is a very big part of it. We've been celebrating love for over 100 years.
Visit King's Jewelry today to celebrate the love in your life.
Saturday morning, there were hits and inspirational tears. There were runs and smiles. You know, Bobby Kennedy once said that some men see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not? Why not give every young boy and girl a chance to play baseball and softball? Why not put the bat in the hands of all young people and give all the youngsters the chance to get the force play at second base and touch home plate? And now Hayashi in the bottom of the second inning takes a pitch inside, ball one. Hey, Ernie, I carry my quote book with me. I have it here right in my hand, and I'm going to have to write that down again. What is it again? 100 pennies makes a dollar.
Find 100 pennies and you'll have a dollar.
Here, put that in my quote book. 100 pennies makes a dollar. Right field line. Diving catch by right fielder Weibling.
Yeah, really nice play there. Weibling timed it up perfectly. It was one of those tweeners where you had to almost chop your steps just a little bit, and he's able to make the play. Perfect timing, leaves his feet, and you see the divot he leaves there in right field. Still pretty saturated in the outfield here at the Pony League World Series.
Well, one of the better, but not the best catch of the tournament. L.J. Hartman of Bay County made the best grab, a levitating diving catch down the left field line. One away, and Shikanura takes a ball. Roger Lenhart is our producer. Scott Bartlett, our director. Executive producers Dan Lohman and Mike Parsons. And a pitch outside, 2-1. Three nothing. Edogawa, Japan leads on the home run, three-run homer by Minimatsu. And then the fastball strike called 2-2. Breaking ball outside, full count.
Boy, that's a good pitch there from Baracco. A breaking ball with 2 strikes. I'm shocked Shikakura was able to lay off that.
Payoff pitch. Liner to left. And Oda's dealing with the sun. Makes the catch, 2 outs. Teams from Chinese Taipei have won 11 titles. 1 championship won by a team from Japan.
You kind of always assume that whoever is representing the Asia Pacific zone is going to make some noise here in Washington County.
And a called strike. By the way, the Japanese players and coaches, they flew from Tokyo to Detroit and then to Pittsburgh. 1 ball and 1 strike. Joe Gabriel watching intently. Nobody on, 2 down. And a called strike, 1-2.
Baracco able to shove one across in the top of the strike zone there.
One-two pitch, fly ball to shallow right field. And this time, Weibling is able to stay upright and make the catch. So Japan down 1-2-3 after 2 innings of play. And by the way, in the bottom of the inning, the diving catch of Weibling will move to the third, 3-0. Edogawa, Japan leads.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outski your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Cricket Wireless is the official wireless provider here at the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. And because there was a home run hit in this game, thank you, Kode Minamatsu. Show your game ticket at the Washington Cricket store next to Shop and Save or the Canonsburg Cricket location and receive a 50% accessory discount.
Top of the third, bottom third of the Youngstown batting order. Youngstown 2 years ago lost to Brownsville, Texas in the Pony League World Series championship game. Ford Stacy leads off this inning. Starting pitcher for Youngstown, Stacy, out of Canfield. He'll be a ninth grader at Cardinal Mooney High School come this fall. Basketball player, golfer, and takes it high 2-0. The appearance for Youngstown in the championship game 2 years ago, losing to Brownsville 11-10 in 8 innings. And the 2-0 pitch inside. In that Pony League World Series 2 years ago, Youngstown's Carter Wilson was 8 for 15. Oh, by the way, also in that 11-10 loss in 8 innings, Youngstown in the bottom of the 8th inning loaded the bases with 1 out and could not tie it up. 3-1 pitch sent rocketing skyward and pushing Kawasaki back to the track. 1 away in the third. 3-0 Edogawa, Japan is leading.
Haruto Kawasaki in center field really glides out there. We saw him make the play at the end the second inning, made a play in the first inning as well. And these Japan outfielders play pretty deep, and they're able to get back to the wall and keep balls from going over their heads.
Weibling takes ball 1. Ryan with a home run in this tournament. And it was earlier today against Edogawa in a 5th inning 2-run homer. And they're busy down in the right field corner. Ball fouled away. Been an interesting day in that during the game between Washington County and Monterey, we had an inside the park home run and a grand slam in the same inning. Inside the park home run hit by Washington County's Troy Stimson, and the grand slam coming from Monterey's Fernando Quiroga. And also today, in addition to the inside the park home run grand slam, we've had a walk-off home run and we've had a leadoff home run. That is leading off the game. And adding to the coincidences of the day, because Otis had the walk-off home run for Youngstown against Covina, and then Owen Hazelbaker homered to start the next game. So back-to-back home runs about a half hour apart. 3-2 pitch. And a ball. So Hayashi has issued 1 walk now in each of the 3 innings.
About Japan, they will switch pitchers a lot to save pitch counts and keeping guys fresh and available for the next day. And Hayashi now at 34 pitches. See how much longer they'll allow him to go.
And the pitch goes by the catcher. And around second, Weibling. Yeah, that may be charged a wild pitch, but that's a block the catcher should make.
Yeah, he just didn't quite get the glove over enough, didn't get there in time, got beat a little bit, and was able to scoot through his legs. And a big opportunity here for Youngstown. You know, they need to find a way to crawl back into this game and gain a little bit of momentum here.
Gabriel, manager's son. Manager Joe Gabriel intervention specialist at Boardman High School, also the varsity baseball coach. Working with Doug Woodrig and Pete Patelis. Strike called, 1-1, and then there's Will Otis, Ben's dad, he's my inside source. Runner at second base, shortstop Nakamura, playing right in behind him and even going to the bag.
Yeah, and a nice job there by Hayashi to step off the mound. His shortstop had collapsed to the bag, and you don't want to make a pitch when your shortstop's completely out of position. It looks like he's going to get balked now. Very uncharacteristic for Japan. A walk to Weibling, and then a wild pitch to move him up to second, and now a balk moves him up another 80 feet to third.
And the manager of the Japanese team is going to come out, and Deanna Voles has been the translator.
Do I go? Okay. Second umpire.
Yeah, he's out the field.
Deanna, who is from Washington County and out of Wittenberg University, just moved back from Japan 4 years ago. Fortuitous that she's been available to.
He would like to know the reason for the balk.
Yeah, it has to be one fluid motion. Come up. He come up and then stop.
1の
別にセカンドを見てサイン見てこれだけでしょ
He looked, signed, and then just.
No, when he brings his hands together, they have to come together. He can't come up and then separate.
この風に
いやしてないでしょ要はこうしてこうしたっていうことでしょ
You come up, you can't come up and then come back again. Can't come up and then separate.
セットに入ってこうはダメですけど、彼は今セカンドを見てキャッチャーを見てこうしただけですよ。
He looked at second and then he looked at the catcher and then he made the motion.
It doesn't matter where he looked. The fact that when he starts to bring his hands up, he can't stop before they come together. He can't come up and stop and then separate. They have to come together. They're giving us the signal. Let's go.
Yeah, all right, let's play.
That second base umpire, that's Ron Ross.
専用にと見から行くよ。
So a stop at the mound by the manager of the Japanese team.
From what I'm gathering, the balk was called because Hayashi did not, when he was coming set, he did not bring his hands together and then made another movement. Is all I can quite. Yep. See, yeah, he started, then stopped, and brought it back down. That's a really good call. We hadn't noticed that in real time, but yeah, that is the correct call. That is a balk.
So the runner at third, and to follow up on what Ernie was saying a moment ago, here's a chance now for Youngstown to pick up a run with the infield playing back. Number 9 hitter Gabriel takes ball 1. 3-0 Edogawa, Japan has the lead and willing to concede a run to get an out, to get the second out of the inning. Fly ball to right field, and this will score the run. And Weibling scores on the sacrifice fly by Joey Gabriel, and now it's a 3-1 ball game.
It's a big momentum run for Youngstown. It could have very easily just laid down, being tired, third game of the day, falling behind 3-0 in the first, but and then especially after hitting into a couple of double plays in the first and second inning, able to answer back here with a run in the third, just to make sure Japan knows they're still here.
The truck thinks he left early.
They did appeal, and our third base umpire said he did not leave early.
And that is the ruling that counts. Reese This ball hit in the air to right. Inouye handling the second and third outs of the inning. Youngstown a run without the luxury of a hit. And after 2.5 innings, Edogawa, Japan 3, Youngstown, Ohio 1.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Ruth Melfor from Pony River to present a home run ball to Edogawa's Kode Minamatsu. Our video board in left field brought to you by Abarta Coca-Cola, bringing us Body Armor, the official sports drink of the World Series, and by our longtime friends at
Edogawa, Japan with a 3-1 lead on Youngstown, Ohio as we head to the bottom of the third at the Pony League World Series. In the bottom of the second, our defensive play of the game, Yudai Hayashi bids for extra bases, but Ryan Weibling picks it off the turf in right field. A tremendous dive and grab to take away extra bases and keep it, at the time, a 3-run game.
So for the bottom of the third, Fukushi 0 for 1 with a ground out and a strike called. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 in the Japan lineup. 0-1 pitch down low. The winner of this game, if it is Japan, Edogawa, Japan will advance to the championship game. If Youngstown wins, these two teams will have to meet tomorrow. And then the winner of that game will go to the championship. And a diving attempt by shortstop Amos. Well, kicked off his glove, a leadoff single here in the third.
Well, that would have been an amazing play by the shortstop. Just hit a little bit too hard. Amos is able to get a little bit of his glove on it, but reaction time just not enough for the ball that's hit that hard.
And Miyagi, infield single in the first. 3-1. Edogawa, Japan in front. The players from Edogawa, Japan the other day, when you had the heavy rain come through, and well, we've had 2 days of it, but there's a ground ball to the right side under the glove of first baseman Patelis. Infield single, 2 men on. These Japanese players help clean some of the bleacher sections, and then also went under the press box to clean out the dugouts.
Boy, Miyagi just finds the perfect hole there with the first baseman Patelis holding on the runner. A lot of room in that 4-hole, and he was able to get a 3-hop ground ball through the infield that didn't make it very far into that outfield grass, but it works.
Minamatsu, 3-run homer in the first. Ball game in the third, and Japan leads Ohio 3-1. Baraka delivers. And it's ruled a strike. 0-2.
Good breaking ball there from Veraco. Minamatsu not able to hold up. I think he was looking straight fastball and got the breaking ball instead.
Pitch is high. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the third. And Veraco's next pitch is high. Runners bluffing as if they might be going there.
Didn't miss by much, but left it upstairs a little bit with the breaking ball.
Two-two pitch. Ground ball to third. Ryder steps on third. First out of the inning. Ryder feeling that's the only play he had was the force out at third base.
A really nice play by the third baseman. We've seen a lot of balls hop around at third base there. And Ryder just kind of settled in, got below the ball with his glove. Wasn't thinking about turning a double play, just catching the ball and finding an out. And he did exactly that. May end up to be a huge play in this inning. Just the ability to body a ball up, catch it first, and find a way to get one out.
Inoue struck out his first time at the plate. 3-1. Edogawa, Japan leading here in the bottom of the third. 7-inning ball game. The first 4 games of the day were 5-inning games, including Japan's 6-2 win over Youngstown late this morning.
Inoue way out in front of that pitch, but took a pretty big swing at it and then turned around and smiled at his teammates in the dugout and nodded his head.
Ball hit sharply right side. Sliding stop by Gabriel. Throw to first. Out. Good play by the second baseman of Youngstown. Miyagi moves to third. Minamatsu to second.
Boy, another really nice play in the infield here for Youngstown as Gabriel leaves his feet, and you'll watch him here. When he leaves his feet, he kind of gets stuck in that outfield a little bit, and it throws him around, but he's able to collect himself enough to make an accurate throw just in time to get Inoue at first. And a couple of nice plays on the infield. Now Youngstown's 1 out away from holding Japan scoreless here in the third.
Nakamura swing, ground ball to Gabriel. And despite putting the first 2 batters on base, Edogawa is turned away, leaving 2 on base. And after 3 innings, it is Edogawa, Japan 3, Youngstown, Ohio 1.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our adult and community services give individuals with intellectual disabilities or autism the opportunity to develop new skills, have an independent home life, and make their own choices. From personalized daily care and community participation to supervised independent living, we cater to each individual's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
A place to share the things that matter most. At Trex, we see it too.
Youngstown over Covina on the Ben Otis walk-off home run, and then Mexico eliminated Manchester. So Covina and Manchester becoming the 5th and 6th teams to be eliminated. The scoreboard presented by Prince Scape. That's a pretty good vantage point right there.
And it's only going to get more crowded up there as Washington plays in the nightcap.
Well, as it turns out, Youngstown and Washington County, both the visiting teams tonight. It doesn't mean automatically that the Youngstown fans and the Washington County fans will be over on the third base line. And Lane Ryder 4 for 9 in the tournament. And a foul ball off to the right, not a play.
Boy, and a healthy swing there from Ryder. Got a 2-0 fastball. Is the wind starting to pick up here a little bit tonight?
Yeah, blowing my ad-libs all over the place. Count 2 balls and a strike. Well, Trundle to second. And a high throw that pulls first baseman Minamatsu off the bag.
Wow, great play at second base by Fukuchi, who handled a really difficult hop, but pulls the first baseman Minamatsu off the bag. I thought Minamatsu actually was able to come off the bag and apply the tag, but the first base umpire says that there was no contact there with the glove.
I think Matt Fox even appealed to the home plate umpire Jeff Boehner to see what the home plate umpire's perspective was.
A break here for Youngstown, the leadoff hitter on in the top of the fourth.
Ground ball to past first baseman Minamatsu. And Youngstown goes station to station here. 2 on, nobody out. And the first hit of the game for Youngstown, Ohio.
The tying run on base now with the go-ahead run, stepping into the batter's box with nobody out. And this guy stepping in the box, Ben Otis, has played a little baseball today. Big swing and the walk-off homer in the game earlier.
Nobody out. And the pitch high, ball 1. Ryder at second, Amos at first, with Otis batting. And the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
And you can feel the life for Youngstown.
Hayashi has walked 1 batter in each of the first 3 innings. (2-0) pitch. Strike called inside corner. First baseman Minamatsu playing in front of the runner at first. 2-1 pitch is inside.
Hayashi tried to go back inside with that fastball, but just didn't locate it like he did the pitch before. That one just off the plate. Big hitters count here for Otis. 3 balls and a strike.
3-2. (3-1). Edogawa, Japan leads Youngstown.
What do you throw here, Lanny? I think we're going to see a breaking ball.
I would agree with you. Otis might be sitting on a fastball, though.
That's why you throw the breaking ball. You have to assume the hitter is looking fastball.
That was not a sneak in behind the runner situation.
Yeah, it was a timed pickoff play, something that they've worked on, trying to steal an out here with nobody out and 2 guys on base.
Now Minamatsu does move behind the runner at first. What do we get, partner?
We got the fastball. Got the fastball, and Otis just a little bit out in front of it. Able to foul it off, keep himself alive. I think he got the pitch he was looking for.
Time requested.
Hey, it's a big moment in the game here, Lanny. Got a guy at the plate, a cleanup hitter who's already homered today, can leave the yard. 2-run game, nobody out, couple guys on base. This is these moments in the game where you put a star on it.
3-2 pitch. Ball 4. The bases are loaded. And so now Hayashi has issued a walk in each of the first 4 innings.
We'll see how much longer Hayashi stays out there. His activity in this Japan bullpen.
Bases loaded for Braden Baracco.
I think it's Haruta Otake in the bullpen, number 13 for Japan. Your infielders coming in, taking a little bit of time, giving that pitcher in the bullpen as much time as possible to get game ready.
They're going to play the infield in?
It appears that way. 5-hitter at the plate, the 2-run lead. Wow, and talk about in, they are way in.
Ground ball into left field. Ryder scores. And it's now a 3-2 ball game. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, pretty
Playing
early
in
the
with
game.
a 2-run lead.
Boy, nobody out, and if you're not, I'm not sure that that's a double play ball because it's in the 6 hole, but there's a chance. You know you're going to get an out somewhere, maybe a 6-5 force or a 6-4 or possibly a 6-4-3 double play. But yeah, I'm a little surprised as well that Japan brought the infield in, Lanny, and they're doing it again. Nobody out, they're doing it again.
Left-handed batter Patelis with a fly ball to left field. Drops in. Amos scores to tie the game. Otis scores to make it 4-3 Youngstown. Baracco ends up at third on the 2-run double by Patelis.
Wow, what a change in the momentum in this game. Youngstown kind of weathered the storm early in the first inning, a quiet second inning, and now they've scored in back-to-back innings with the possibility of having a giant inning here in the top of the 4th inning. Already 3 runs pushed across and nobody out. 2 more Youngstown players already in scoring position.
And a pitching change coming here. Patelis drives in a pair. 4-3. E4, single walk, RBI single, 2-run double. That is the register of the 4th inning. And so to the bullpen for Otake. By the way, we hope to talk to Joe Gabriel before we have the next half inning. And catcher Ford Stacy will be up next. Stacy, by the way, did pitch the middle game of 3 today for Youngstown. We've had about 3 5-inning complete games most recently in the tournament, and Stacy authored one of them. Well, it's 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Remember, if Youngstown were to hold on and win, these 2 teams would meet again tomorrow, and then the winner of that game would go to the championship. So here's Youngstown, having been idle for 3 days, coming back to play 3 games today and maybe 2 tomorrow.
It's dealing with adversity. You just never know. Anytime weather's involved with baseball, you have to be ready to play. You don't know what the next hour may bring, the next day may bring. But I tell you what, you have to credit Youngstown after losing earlier today and not scoring until the last inning in the game against Covina, California. Get the big walk-off 3-run homer to break the scoreless streak. And then they've come out and really swung the bat here early against Japan.
The Ben Otis walk-off home run. Otake has completed his warm-up tosses.
Number 25, Ford Stacy.
And here's Stacy.
Once again, Lanny, the infield is in here with nobody out.
And ball one.
When I say in, watch how in the second baseman Fukuchi is. I mean, he's going to start right there on the edge of the grass, but I mean, he really, a couple pitches ago, he was almost halfway between the edge of the grass and the pitcher's mound.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, I have
never
not either.
seen this. They had the lead, that played the infield in, and continue to do so now that the lead has evaporated. A swing and a foul back, and the count 1 ball 2 strikes.
You know, and if you just play normal depth, I mean, there's no doubt the Veraco chopper does not get through, because it barely got through with the infield in. You would have had it out there for sure somewhere.
And the pitch low and outside. Youngstown had not recorded a base hit through the first 3 innings, and now has 3 runs on 3 hits in this 4th inning. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3, 1 out.
That is the first strikeout of the game for a Japanese pitcher.
Number 5, Ryan Weibling.
No, Weibling. Weibling homered earlier today, late in the game against Japan. Infield continues to play in. Second and third, 1 out. Youngstown leading 4-3. Right-hander Otake. Ground ball, base hit. Scoring from third, Veraco to make it 5-3. Patelis will stop at third. 5-3 Youngstown in the 4th inning.
Wait, another ground ball. This one hit hard by Weibling right up the middle, but another ground ball that would be a routine ground out without the infield in. So Japan bringing the infield in has without a doubt led to 2 base hits for Youngstown here in the top of the 4th. This monster inning for Youngstown.
And here's Gabriel, the 8th batter of the inning. Runners at first and third, 1 out. And they're not playing at double play depth, even though they've turned 2 double plays in this game. Runner at first is going, and the ground ball goes to a spot that had been vacated for just a short while. And shortstop Nakamura gets the out at first, but Patelis scores run number 6 for Youngstown. And Weibling advances to second.
Tell you what a great play by the shortstop Nakamura. I mean, he had broke hard to cover the bag on the steal. It was a hit and run. And he was able to read it off the bat, come to a quick stop, completely change directions enough to get over there, get in front of the ball, and then throw off his back foot. Very strong and accurate throw at first to get Gabriel.
2 outs, 5 runs in. Pitch down low to Reese. Six runs charged to the starter Hiyashi. Otake's 1 ball pitch is down low. One more game after this one. Washington County against Monterrey, Mexico. And the count 2 balls, no strikes. 2-1. Swing and a foul back, 2-2.
And Reese was trying to do some damage with that swing. Really got into his legs. Good hard swing. Just fouled it straight back. But the type of hack you want to see your hitters take when they're ahead in the count.
A young man who wears the pink slippers, ready for a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Full count. Six-3. Youngstown leads Edogawa, Japan. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to right. Inoue makes the catch to end the inning. 9 Youngstown batters. Good for 5 runs. On 4 hits, there was an error. And 1 left on base. See if we can't connect with Joe Gabriel when we come back. Youngstown leads by 3.
Spectacular play. Cannonball Cullen. Raise the Jolly Roger.
Coming down the home stretch, they're side by side. A really good race tonight from Pack. Here we go, side by side. Hannah sees. Hannah lead. She has that close too. She uses to hold down. But two touchdowns. Cheese by the nose. Way to go. Sorry, Hannah. Way to go. All right, guys. Hey, we're going to do a little baseball quiz with a box of mystery coming up in just a couple innings. Hang tight. Thank you. Our thanks to the Pittsburgh Pirates for their support of youth baseball and softball all around the area, and particularly appreciative of their support here at the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. A number of our teams enjoyed their time at PNC Park this past weekend when the Pirates hosted the Cincinnati Reds.
The manager of the Youngstown team, Joe Gabriel. Joe, that worked out pretty well. Your team got your 5 runs just before you do the TV interview.
Yeah, they got going pretty good there that inning.
Hey, Joe, would you speak to the issue about your club being off 3 days? Now you're playing 3 games in the span of a very few hours today.
Yeah, I think anytime you take those 3 days off, it's going to take you a minute to get rolling again. And hopefully right now, as you can see, hopefully we start rolling here from here.
Okay, good luck to you. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and the right-hander, Braden Baracco, who came down off the mound trailing 3-1, is now in front 6-3. Joe Gabriel, who is the head baseball coach at Boardman High School. Super guy. Really enjoyed having an opportunity to spend some time with him over the last few days. And ball 1. Ball 2. Bottom third of the batting order. Kawasaki 0 for 1. And outside 3-0. Ernie, for 13 and 14-year-olds, they've been around the game a little bit. They still got a lot to learn. What would you, as a head coach of a 13 and 14-year-old team, think would be one of the most important aspects you want to deliver to them consistently?
Just try to not play on a roller coaster. Try to understand that the highs aren't as good as you think and the lows aren't as bad as you think, and try to stay on that even keel, which I think Youngstown's done a great job of here in this game, and just play pitch by pitch, do the little things right, and see how things shake out when the game is over. I mean, I know that's cliche, and coaches have been saying that for a long time, but with kids this age, 13 and 14 years old, going through a lot of changes in their life, a lot of new situations, that sometimes they can ride that emotional roller coaster. where if something doesn't go their way, they can really drop down low, or if something good happens, they can get too excited.
And ball 4. You know, to follow up on that.
Let me add one more thing.
Yeah, yes, sir.
If I was saying, I would say don't walk the leadoff hitter after your team scores 5 runs. I would also say that. I would add that into the mix.
Yeah, okay. And it turns out to be the second walk given up by Baracco.
Hey, not bad. Baracco's been pretty efficient here today. I mean, he gave up a big 3-run homer in the first, and he's been able to get through a couple of innings since then. The only blemish really being this leadoff walk to Kawasaki here in the bottom of the 4th.
That's the bottom part of the batting order. Showing bunt is Otake. Otake will take the pitch for a ball. Down by 3 in the 4th inning of a 7-inning game. And a called strike 1-1 with Ryder charging from third. Runner going. Pitch a strike, throw to second. Out at second base. Shortstop Amos makes the tag, 1 out.
Going a great throw by the catcher Stacy right on the bag, and I don't know, Landy, a little surprised. You make an out on the bases here, down 3 with nobody out after the leadoff walk.
I am, and I was
surprised.
I was going to make a comment about the bunch situation. You can't. I'm wondering about the wisdom of sacrificing an out, but here it is, sacrificed at second base. Called strike 3, quickly 2 outs.
I tell you what, Youngstown has completely changed this game around. They own every ounce of momentum right now. What a breaker there from Baracco to get the strikeout.
And now Shikakura, who is 0 for 2. Youngstown 6 runs, 4 hits. Japan 3 runs, 5 hits. And a called strike.
That's only the 2nd strikeout of the game for Baracco. So a total of 3 strikeouts combined so far in this game. It's my kind of baseball, Lanny.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And in there for a strike. You know, Stacy, when he pitched the 5-inning complete game earlier today, he gave up only 1 run. He did not strike out a batter. And you know the old quote from Bull Durham?
Which one?
About how
there's plenty.
Strikeouts are strikeouts are.
I remember it.
Yeah.
I know it
I
ends
wish
with,
I did. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And they're boring as well.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Ball popped. Third base, left field. Sliding catch by Otis. And Japan. No runs, no hits. Caught stealing. Nobody left on base. After 4, Youngstown 6. Edogawa, Japan 3.
225 years in the making. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, presented by EQT, August 12th through 19th at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Listen to live music with bands like Russell Dickerson, Six Gun Sally, Marcus Tyler Band, and more. Get down and dirty with motocross, drag racing, and 2 demolition derbies, plus high school bands and the School Bus Demolition Derby. Daily admission is $10 and parking is free. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, August 12th through 19th. Find out more at washingtonfair.org.
2-2.
You deserve to be here. I believe in you, believe in what we're doing.
Here with Wes Semple, the manager of pre-hospital operations at Allegheny Health Network. Wes, tell us a little bit about some of the services that are offered in sports medicine here by AHN this week.
So AHN is proud to be a sponsor of the Pony League World Series. So tonight we have athletic trainers here on site along with our EMS folks from Cannonsburg Ambulance to provide both EMS coverage and sports medicine coverage here for attendees and participants.
And tell us a little bit more about AHN and your services throughout the area.
So AHN is a huge supporter of the Pittsburgh Pirates, the sponsor this evening, and many local schools throughout the area providing athletic trainer coverage, along with that providing a number of emergency services throughout western Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Wes. Enjoy the games.
Thanks.
Lane Ryder started the 5-run fourth inning for Youngstown and leads off the top of the 5th inning. Take came on in the 4th inning.
Yeah, that's a pretty big time breaking ball right there. Starting out at the head of Ryder and dropping all the way into the knees for a strike.
Count 1-1. Ryder 0 for 2 in the game. He's 4 for 10 in the tournament. And 1-2. Foul ball back to the screen. And down in the left field corner, Ryan Weibling is getting in some throwing. Pitch up and in, 2-2. Ryder, who is from Grove City, will be a 9th grader at Grove City High School. Football player, basketball player. 2-2 pitch. Liner to right, fair ball. The ball bounces to the wall. Ryder on his way to second to throw in. Off the mark, leadoff double as Ryder with the 2-base hit flops down at second base.
And what a beautiful piece of hitting there. 2-strike pitch, got it down and away. And instead of trying to pull it, just keeps his hands inside and blasted down that right field line for an extra base hit. Right fielder in a way tried to make a great play. I thought it was going to be close, but once the ball hit the ground, it did hit the grass and really killed the momentum of that throw and ended up being a 2-hop throw back into the bag.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Okay, I'll
pitch and check. Number 8 is going.
And Japan ready to come with its 3rd pitcher of the game. And Kairi Nishida is into the ball game. Let's go back 1 inning. An E4, base hit, walk, RBI single by Baraka. That was the first play, that close play at first base. And the walk to Otis. And then the base hit by the drawn up infield for the 2nd Youngstown run of the game, first of the inning. And Patelis then doubled in runs 3 and 4 of the game. Ground ball, base hit up the middle by Weibring. And then with the ground out at first on that play, Patelis scored. So it was 5 runs on 4 hits. And Youngstown leading 6-3. And now the left-hander Nishida.
That's a good shot there. These Youngstown hitters, just a big, physical, mature group of kids at the Pony League level, 13, 14 years old. A lot of these guys look like they're about ready to graduate from high school and done a nice job here in the last couple of innings of swinging the bat, hitting the ball to all fields and making things happen, and it's results is in 6 runs and a leadoff double here to start off the 5th inning.
And Jaden Amos is coming next. Well, I tell you what, they're like little bees that are congregating near the on-deck circle. Give me my shot. The Youngstown batters.
We'll see how they handle the left-handed pitcher here, Kyrie Nishida. Just based on the warm-ups, looks like he has a pretty good fastball and a breaking ball to go along with it.
Well, coming up, Amos left-handed batter, Otis right-handed batter, Veracco right-handed batter, Patella's left-handed batter. Nobody out, runner at second base in the 5th inning. And a called strike.
And it's just an old school 12-6 breaking ball there. See a lot more sliders these days, but it's a true 12-6 curveball.
Catcher setting up way outside. The ball's pulled to first baseman Minamatsu on the ground. That moves Ryder to third. 1 away in the 5th inning. Youngstown leading 6-3.
And you just wonder how many young players understand that was a quality at-bat there for Amos. You got a guy on second with nobody out. You know, the old school train of thought is you got to hit something to the right side at the bare minimum, move the runner up to third base. And even though it's a ground out for Amos, he did his job and moved Ryder up another 80 feet, now 80 feet from scoring.
And with the runner at third, 1 out, once again the infield playing in. Here it makes sense. Pitch high, 2-0. Otis, walk-off home run 2.5 hours, 3 hours ago. And then he walked in the 2nd, walked in the 4th. And a called strike.
How about that? 2-0 breaking ball for a strike dropped in there.
Two-one pitch. Ball bouncing back to the screen and making it a count of 3-1 on the wild pitch. Youngstown picks up its 7th run.
Their 7th run, and again back to the ground out by Amos. He did his job. Runner on second, nobody out, and even though it's going to end up as a ground out in the box score, he was able to move Ryder up 80 feet, and because of that, the wild pitch scores Ryder from third base.
And the count 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is low and inside. Otis walks for the 3rd time in this game. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in. And Veracco to step in. Veracco bounced into a double play in the 2nd. Picked up an RBI with a single in the 4th inning and scored. We're now in the 5th. And a called strike, and so Veracco has been staked to a 4-run lead. The starter for Youngstown, Ohio. Ball in the dirt, blocked well by catcher Shikakura. And the count on 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, really nice play there by the catcher Shikakura. Tough breaking ball in the dirt. Big tough hop too. Got him right underneath the chin, but he's able to keep the ball in front of him, keep the double play in order.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. Three runs for Japan in the 1st inning. For Youngstown, 1 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th, 1 here in the 5th. Dribbler to third. Infield single, out at second base.
Boy, what a great heads-up play there by the third baseman, Saita. He knew he had no chance at first base to get Veracco, and he caught Otis sleeping around the bag. Just a great play there.
First baseman number 17, Logan
So that being the
Patelis.
second out of the inning. And the base hit for Veracco, his second of the game. And brings up Patelis, left-hander, left-hander. And the catcher, Shikakura, just this side of Allegheny County, takes ball one.
As we see Mexico walk into the ballpark, they'll be playing their third game of the day as well.
Now 2 balls, no strikes. Yes. Once you drop down into that loser's bracket, it becomes a long and winding road, time called.
Well, the one thing about it, though, I've been through a lot of tournaments, is once you get in that loser's bracket, you don't have a bunch of time to waste at the hotel anymore. You know, there's not a bunch of waiting around. You're either losing and going home, or you're playing a bunch every day just to stay alive.
And Washington County against Monterrey, Mexico. In the dirt, anticipated well by Veracco.
Yeah, another great job there by the catcher. Not much you can do with that. He tried to kick out there, and that one just hopped high. Got him in the top of the shoulder, but also a great read by Veracco at first base to read the ball in the dirt and move up that 80 feet to get himself in scoring position here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th.
You count 3 balls and no strikes. Strike 3 and 1. Logan Patelis takes a strike 3 and 2. Logan's dad, Pete, first base coach, folks from Canfield. Runner at second, 2 outs, 3-2 pitch. Ball 4.
Shikakura really tried to steal that one, but well off the plate. He tried to bring it back and get his pitcher the strike 3 call. You see that pitch is a good foot off the plate, and he did everything it could, but the right call was made. What, another walk here by a Japanese pitcher.
And a courtesy runner at second base, Hederick,
Courtesy runner at second
replacing
base,
Veracco.
Number 4, Breckin Hederick. The batter is the catcher, number 25, Ford Stacy.
And Ford Stacy stands in 0 for 2. And takes a pitch inside, ball 1. There have been 6 walks delivered to Youngstown hitters. 1 ball pitch, way inside. Now there are 2 outs, runners at first and second. Youngstown on top 7-3, hoping to force an additional game tomorrow. Swinging a foul ball off the mask of home plate umpire Jeff Boehner.
And that one got him about as square can be. Right in the middle of the mask. Or actually got him down below off the padding. A little bit of the mask, but mostly off the padding of the collarbone area.
2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Nishida coming on here in the 5th inning, facing his 5th batter. 6 runs charged to the starter Hiyashi and 1 to Otake. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch, wild pitch, and the runners are at second and third with 2 outs. The 3rd wild pitch of the inning.
It's something you just don't expect from any team that comes out of that Asia Pacific zone over the years. They're usually the most fundamentally sound teams here, but there's been a little bit of uncharacteristic tonight with the walks and the wild pitches.
Second and third, 2 outs, 3-2 offering. Line drive caught by third baseman Saida. In the inning, Youngstown picks up a run on 2 hits and 2 left on base. After 4.5 innings, Youngstown 7, Edogawa, Japan 3.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Coming up now, the bottom of the 5th inning. Ernie, when you drive into Washington Park, do you go by the pool?
I do.
Is that some impressive pool?
It really is. I actually didn't pay attention today. Was it open?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if anybody. Yeah, but it is.
I've been here since 7:30. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't open at 7:30. I'm sure, but yeah, what an impressive public pool here in Washington.
And for Veracco, he's ready to face the top of the batting order in the bottom of the 5th inning.
いや違う違う、リエトリーはピッチャーいないでしょ。それ日本のルール？
Japanese rule. So.
The only way he would come out is if he made his maximum amount of pitches, then he would have to pull him. So he's been pitching the whole time. So they have to go by the pitch count that's up on the scoreboard.
Pitch count. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so then that must be just a Japanese rule then.
Yeah, I don't know what they have. I sure wish I could understand them. It's so hard with the language barrier.
It's about, I understand about half of what's going on.
There's that swimming pool you were talking about, Lanny. I've never noticed the one here in the back. It must be like a splash zone.
Or kiddie's pool.
Yeah.
And then tennis courts, extra baseball field. There's another baseball field right behind the left field fence here. There's a recreation center.
One of my biggest regrets right now is I wish I swam more. I actually enjoy to swim. I know it's good for you, especially when you're getting to my age. That's something I need to do is go swimming more.
For the Youngstown pitcher.
I think I heard Bob Gregg say that the question that was offered up by the Japanese was about the courtesy runner for the pitcher. Bottom of the 5th inning. Saida, who is 1 for 2 in the game and 4 for 7 in this 2023 Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. So Veracco has the 7-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. And a ball that is hit well to right field off the wall. And it is a leadoff double for Kato Saita. Second hit of the game, 5th hit of the game of the tournament.
Really the first threat Japan has mounted since the 3rd inning when they got a couple of singles to lead off the inning but were not able to score. That was one of those balls where you didn't know if it was going to get out or if it was going to stay in. It did stay in off the wall, but lead off extra base hit here for Japan.
Fukushi is 1 for 2. And showing bunt.
And the first baseman, Patel, is really in, now taking a couple steps back.
Strike called.
Be really tough to play just for a run here, wouldn't it? Down 4. You only have 9 outs left in the game if you're Japan, and you're right in the meat of your order. I think to get back in this game, these guys are going to have to do something here this inning.
And the ball bunted foul.
That was a straight bunt for a hit attempt there, not a sacrifice. And I do not mind that idea at all.
No, they need base runners.
Yep.
Well, Ernie brought up the point about offering advice to a pitcher with a lead to not give up a leadoff walk the following half inning. Well, as it turned out, his teammates helped him by getting the caught stealing.
Yes.
It is his battery mate doing most of the heavy lifting. Line drive, base hit to left field. Saida around third, the throw to the plate, safe. And on the throw to the plate, Fukushi takes second.
Well, I tell you, a risky call there by the third base coach to send that runner with nobody out down 4 runs. If the throw is on line, Saita is out by a long shot. Now, I like the aggressiveness. You're trying to gain some momentum here, but with nobody out, they took a chance. And because the throw was a little bit offline and into foul territory, it works out for Japan. But my goodness, what a risky
look
decision.
at this slide, how smart this is.
Oh, yes.
Sliding to the inside. Once he knows that the ball's going to be to the outside, he's sliding inside.
Yeah, and his on-deck hitters there kind of directing him, letting him know what's going on. That's good baseball there. But again, a little surprised they took the chance, and that's going to be all for Viraco today.
Let's go to Joe.
Well, earlier in the game, we brought you a list of a number of players that played here at the Pony League World Series and went on to play in Major League Baseball. And one of those, Spencer Steer of the Cincinnati Reds, and he discusses the experience of playing at this tournament with some of his best friends from his youth.
I just think you need to have fun playing baseball. I think when you truly love the game, you're going to want to work hard. And, you know, when you work hard, you're going to get better. And I think that all just stems from having fun. Really enjoy playing the game, really enjoy going to practice, spending time with your teammates, and just having as much fun as possible. I think that'll only serve you well in the long term.
Spencer Steer, one of the many players from California. He played for Long Beach, California, here at the Pony League World Series. Guys?
Hey, Joe, as a young whippersnapper, what team did you root for?
The team that's currently playing the Pittsburgh Pirates right now, so I'm a Mets fan.
You're a Mets fan?
I am a Mets fan. Sorry to mention that this
okay.
particular week.
And your all-time favorite player?
Grew up watching the '86 team, so it would probably have to be Doc Gooden. What he did in '85 and '86 stands out, certainly.
All right. So the pitching change here is Viraco goes 4+ innings. It is a 7-4 ball game.
Youngstown going with the left-hander here, trying to break a little bit of this momentum that Japan has created here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a lot more lively dugout than we saw a couple of innings ago.
Wobbling coming in from right field.
You know things are good even when the translator's clapping along and chanting in the dugout.
See if we can spot the other changes here.
We probably have a new right fielder, correct?
We do that.
Weibling comes out of right field.
Left fielder number 10, Kai Miyagi.
And Miyagi to step in. He's 2 for 2. Let me check, Bob, what were the changes? Oh, just a straight switch. Baracco taking over in right field. Thank you, Robert Gregg. And the lefty-lefty combination. Here's a pitch outside, ball one.
So that would put Jake Dovich into right field for Youngstown, I believe, correct?
Now, I thought Bob told me it was just a straight change with Baracco taking over there. Did you see a different number?
I thought he said maybe 21 in right field.
And a bunt attempt, ball bunted out of play, 1-1.
That is 21 in right field.
Thank you.
Yes. According to our rosters, that was Jake Dovich.
Count 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch is up and out. Edogawa, Japan scored scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. And it was a 3-0 ball game until Youngstown picked up a run in the top of the third, then 5 runs in the fourth and 1 in the fifth to make it 7-3. But Japan has picked up a run here in the 5th inning, has a runner at second base. Nobody out. And the 2-1 pitch is outside. There were 2 things that went along with the gamble to send the runner from second. The run plus the extra 80 feet with the runner able to take the hitter batter runner able to take second base on the throw to the plate. And it's 3-2.
Okay, Weibling, a little bit of juice on the fastball here. Pretty incredible what these Youngstown kids are doing here tonight. 3rd game of the day. Been playing baseball for over 12 hours.
Ball popped, foul ground. And the catch made by Ryder, first out. Kikuchi back to second.
Number 3, Koide Minamatsu.
And every out's a big out now. Especially when you can get the weak pop-up in foul territory there. I think Ryder thought he was a little closer to the fence than he actually was. He jumped for that at the end, but the important thing was the ball was caught and the out recorded for Youngstown.
Minamatsu hit a 3-run homer in the first inning, ground ball to second. The out is taken at first. Out number 2, and Kikuchi moves to third. 7-4, Youngstown leads.
Right here, number 7, Yugo Inoue.
Another hard hit ground ball there. Takes a really goofy hop, but a favorable hot for the second baseman, Joey Gabriel. Able to handle it on the first for the easy second out here.
Inoue 0 for 2. Runner at third, 2 down. Swing and a miss. The left-hander Weibling. Canfield, Ohio. Also a swimmer. His favorite stroke, by the way, is the breaststroke, following up on our live drone showing you the pool. And Ernie saying that he wishes he had done more swimming.
Oh, I did a lot of swimming. I wish I would do it more now.
Oh, more now?
Yeah, more now.
You did a lot of swimming back when you were
absolutely.
a young whippersnapper. Yeah. Pitch outside, 1-2.
Absolutely.
Runner at third, 2 outs. And the 1-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Edogawa, Japan comes up with 1 run on 2 hits and 1 left on base. The breaking ball ends the bottom of the 5th inning. Yes, indeed, we've written 5 chapters of tonight's first story, and it reads, Youngstown leading 7-4.
Washington Automall difference gives you 6 more reasons to buy from us. 6 months of paintless dent repair, lost key coverage, interior exterior protection, and tire coverage at no charge on all qualified vehicles. We finally have some new vehicles available, and we have a great selection of used vehicles ready to go. Or we'll buy your vehicle. South Hills Toyota, Washington Honda, and Washington Hyundai. It's all at the mall.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Ready to move into the 6th inning. We want to alert you to our next game, Washington County against Monterey. And if Washington County wins, it would go to the championship game. If Monterey wins the game, then we'll have the need for an extra game tomorrow. Same story here with Youngstown and Japan. Could have 2 extra games tomorrow. By the way, if Youngstown does win this game, the if necessary game between these 2 teams would be at 10 a.m. tomorrow, according to Bob Gregg. Now Weibling walked and scored in the 3rd, singled in the 4th. And Nishida's pitch in the dirt, ball 1.
And that single was an RBI single, driving in the 4th run of the top of the 4th inning.
One ball, 1 strike. Youngstown 2-1 in the tournament, beating Covina, California twice, including the walk-off home run victory from this afternoon. Ball 4. That is the 7th walk.
Just shocking.
Issued to Youngstown.
Man, just shocking. We typically don't see that. 7 walks now for Japanese pitchers.
Second baseman number 12, Joey Gabriel.
And a leadoff walk.
Now let me ask you this about the wisdom of bunting here to see if you can tack on another run. You're at the bottom of your batting order.
No question. You don't even have to go any farther. This is an absolute, no doubt about it, bunt situation. Unless you're 100% sure that Weibling can steal second base, and then you give him a pitch to do that, and then you bunt him 3rd. Either way, this is a bunting situation, and I don't think it's 100% sure that Weibling can steal second with the arm of the catcher, Shikakura, and also a left-handed pitcher on the mound.
But they're going to keep their radar out.
Yeah, a little pick to first there just to see if Gabriel would show bunt, to tip his hand.
(7-4). Youngstown leads. And a strike called. Gabriel did not slide the hand, give any indication that he might be bunting.
Well, maybe it's a situation where Youngstown just doesn't bunt. Don't believe in bunting.
One and one.
Gabriel does have a couple of RBIs today, an RBI in both plate appearances for him.
And this ball is hit in the air to left center field. And it is the center fielder Kawasaki that glides in to make the catch, one away.
Number 1, Kalen Reese.
Good communication there. So the shortstop was calling for it, but the center fielder took control. It's his play. It's a nice job of making the catch. First out here, and still runner on first base for the top of the order.
You don't happen to know how to say "I got it" in Japanese, do you?
I have no idea.
Here's Caden Reese, 0 for 2 plus a walk. Pitch down, low ball 1.
Now, when I was teaching fly ball priority, and I was taught to it by a couple different coaches, we would use the command mine, 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 because it's one word instead of 3 words. I got it, I got it, I got it. And I had a coach one time that was a very, very smart guy, very well educated.
Not the same guy with 100 pennies, was he?
No, different guy. He said mine, I don't know if this is true or not, but he said mine is the most possessive word in the English language. So we would say mine 3 times loudly. Mine, mine, mine. But a lot of teams say I got it, and they'll have the other fielder say you take it, and a lot of communication going on.
Strike called 3-1. I'm sure you don't know this, but there's a Beatles song called Me, Me, Mine.
I don't know that one.
Pitch is outside. And there are 2 on, and that is the 8th walk issued by Japanese pitching.
Again, just shocking. Looks like it's going to be another pitching change here.
Joseph, what do you have for us now?
Well, continuing our theme of players from California that played here at the Pony League World Series and then advanced to Major League Baseball play. Pirates pitcher Chase DeYoung had an opportunity to take his son to the field here in Washington, Pennsylvania.
When I first got called up by the Pirates in 2021, I took my son to the field. It wasn't open yet. It was when I got up in like April or something. And my wife and I and my mom was there too. I just took him there because I didn't know how long I was going to be with the Pirates. I took him, and I have the photos of me walking around and holding him and stuff. And just he was a couple months old at the time, but you know I told him the story. I told him what happened on this field in 2008 for me, and now I get to play here. So it's a really cool full circle moment for me to be playing for the local major league team in such proximity to, a place that really changed my life back in 2008.
And just like Spencer Steer of the Reds that we brought you earlier in the game broadcast, DeYoung representing Long Beach, California. Guys?
Wow, that's a great story. Thank you for sharing that with us, Joe. That's a great story. 2 on and 1 out. And the 4th pitcher of the day, or 4th pitcher of this game for Japan is Takashita. And remember that if Youngstown wins this game, these teams are going to have to prepare for an additional game tomorrow and then hope to win that game and be in the championship.
Yeah, if Youngstown can pull this one out, there's not going to be any sleeping in tomorrow for either one of these teams. So
I'm wondering, what are we? Is Roger Leonard looking for his car? Is that why that shot was? Or was he pointing out that the parking's getting?
I think he heard his alarm go off, so he sent the drone to try to figure out who was. He drives one of those real fancy Mercedes, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's either that or the Jaguar. Here, 2 on and 1 out.
You know what? I think he did bring the Jag today.
Did he bring the Jag today? 7-4. And Ryder 1 for 3. 5 for 11 in the tournament. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Takashita. And a called strike. Swing and a miss. Youngstown and Japan played the first game of the day. Started about 10:15 today, and they just might be scheduled to get back here at 10:30 tomorrow. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's good morning, good afternoon, good night. That slider's going to be a problem. That's probably the best pitch I've seen so far in the games that I've done in this tournament. It is a hard slider back to back to get 2 swings and misses and a strikeout.
And now Jaden Amos Amos 1 for 3, 4 for 11 in the tournament. And ball one. 7-4, Youngstown leads in the top of the 6th inning in what is scheduled to be a 7-inning ball game. Foul ball back. Good catch by Ben Otis as the ball ricocheted off the area just above the press box. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. And the pitch outside.
Boy, another good fastball there that just misses down.
Amos 2 for 4, 4 RBIs in the win over Covina on Friday night. 3-1 pitch. Full count. And the runners will go as the next pitch is delivered. It'll be Weibling from second and Reese from first. Youngstown leads by 3 in the 6th inning. Ball 4. 9th walk given up by Japanese pitcher.
And Reese didn't get the memo at first baseline. He didn't take off.
Oh, he didn't?
No. Weibling did at second, but Reese did not take off.
And now Ben Otis, who had the walk-off home run earlier today in the win over Covina, which eliminated the Californian team. Outside strike, outside corner.
One of the few fastballs that Otis has seen in this game, just perfectly located on the outer part of the plate.
Otis has walked 3 times. Strike 2.
You know, it's been pretty interesting. I've noticed it from both catchers. Not sure if I should have said anything or not, but with runners at second base, neither guy's trying to mix signs. I mean, it's just putting a 1 down or a 2. Maybe the language barrier, but you can see right now, perfectly fine in my opinion. I mean, Reese out there at second base is calling the pitches. I mean, he's sending the pitches into his hitter. I mean, look right here. You go see his left hand go up. He's giving him location and what pitch is coming. And if you look here, there's only going to be 1 sign put down.
Now you did it again.
Yeah, and hey, that's baseball. There are a lot of people that may disagree with me, but
what's wrong with that?
If you're going to make it accessible, that's you know, now beating on trash cans and using sensors is a different set of circumstances. But
well, despite the advanced knowledge, the inning ends and Youngstown leaves the bases loaded after 5.5. Youngstown 7. Edogawa, Japan 4.
A place to share the things that matter most. At Trex, we see it too.
What are you doing? It's 10 a.m. We have work to do.
Oh, come on, man. Be cool. You told me to get the app. And I got enough apps for the entire office. Fondue, guacamole, and I just can't resist pigs in the blanket.
Washington Financial Bank's app makes banking simple. Deposit, transfer, and even pay your bills right from your smartphone or device. Download the app and bank with Frank.
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
And that's Joe Clinchock, who comes to the Pony Baseball each year to bring along the Pirate Parrot and a couple of pierogies and give away some prizes and open up the magic treasure chest. Pirates in New York tonight playing Joe Percata's Mets. And here we go into the bottom of the 6th inning.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Weibling came on in the 5th inning and retired the 3 batters he faced.
Natsuki Nakamura.
By the way, that shot that we had a few moments ago about the parking shot, that was to tell you that, and to show you that we are getting quite packed in here.
Yeah,
what with the Youngstown folks here and then the Washington County folks making their way to this theater.
I mean, the bleacher sections are pretty much full now. A lot of people anticipating the Washington County game later.
And it's 3 balls, no strikes. Strike 3 and 1.
Win a big pitch there. You fall behind 3-0. You're able to locate a strike and get yourself back in the count. Ooh,
and that hurt.
Yes. Tell by the reaction immediately. I'm not sure if that ball got him on the elbow or if it actually, no, it looks like he got him underneath the arm. Ooh, right in the ribs. Yep, right below the arm in the ribs. Very painful.
Man aboard here to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Kawasaki is the batter. For Weibling, this is where he would like to march through the bottom part of the order quickly. And showing bunt, Kawasaki takes ball 1. I mentioned that Kawasaki dropped down 2 bunt base hits this morning in the game against Youngstown.
We'll listen in here. I wonder if he's going to say anything about the lead at first.
Like 900 miles an hour. Relax, okay? Pound the zone here and relax. All right, pitch with the lead. Okay. Yeah, that didn't look like it felt too good, by the way. Joey, just a little bit that way, not much. All right, you ready to roll here?
Yeah.
Okay, go to work. Come on.
I'm wondering, a very big lead at first base by Nakamura. Left-handed pitcher might want to take a chance just to throw over a couple times. You might be able to steal an out. See, that's a pretty sizable lead. When you're down 3 runs with nobody out and only 6 outs left to play with.
Now the runner went back to first as Weibling came to the plate.
So it was a one-way lead, trying to maybe trigger a throw. Yeah, first movement he was going back, and that was a sacrifice bunt attempt there. You can see right there. So they fooled me just like everyone else. I thought that maybe a big lead, that it was a one-way lead, maybe trying just to get inside the pitcher's head a little bit.
Well, we have seen the Japanese team do a number of things tonight that are unorthodox. One-two pitch. Check swing, ground ball to the shortstop. Amos does not have an out at second base. And not only did the throw go into right field, but Dovich ran by the ball, but by that point, Nakamura was already on his way to third. Didn't have an out at second base.
No, Amos did not have an out at second base, and I'm not sure if anybody communicated that to him, because he probably would have had time to throw to first base and get the out at first. But yeah, with that, as slow as the ball was hit, the runner in motion there was no chance for Amos. He handcuffs his second baseman, Joey Gabriel, and You know, the ball ends up in right field, and
Pitcher number 11.
Nakamura able to advance another 80 feet into third, and now the tying run is at the plate for Japan.
Now fielder's choice for Kawasaki, who's on his way to second base. Second and third, takes the double play out of order. It was a fielder's choice error. And now second and third, 7-4.
So if I'm Youngstown there, do you just take the out at second if you feel like you can throw the guy out? Clean the bases.
Yeah.
If they score, it's 7-5 with an out, nobody on base.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they didn't feel like they had a chance to throw out Kawasaki at second.
And the 1-1 pitch, ball fouled away. There was a game yesterday when a team that had the lead made the mistake not once but twice of trying to get outs at home plate when they weren't force outs. And so for the Youngstown players here, they've got to be thinking ground ball, I got to get out. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, ball kicks away. Here comes Nakamura, but the out is at first base to complete the strikeout. Japan picks up its 5th run. It's now a 7-5 ball game, and Kawasaki motors his way to third.
It's a good breaking ball there, a tough block. I mean, that home plate area, games all day, went from really wet to now extremely dry. You know, it's getting a little choppy in there. Ball's very tough to block. They're really bouncy right now. Stacy did all that he could do and got the out of first base on the strikeout, but Japan able to push that run across.
Runner at third, the pitch inside, back to the screen, and Kawasaki scores. Back-to-back wild pitches, and it's a 1-run ball game.
1-run game. They've pushed 2 runs across, and they've done it without a hit. They only put 1 ball in play so far. Fielder's choice and error hit to the shortstop.
And it's 2-0.
This is where it gets dangerous because Japan's best hitter's on deck. Kato Saita was 2 for 2 today with a single and a double and 2 runs scored. 2 for 3 actually, both a single and a double.
I'll tell you one thing, I've been keeping tabs on this Japanese dugout. They've been a loose bunch, even when they were down 7-3. Two and one. Well, the run that is the difference in this game right now, the additional run picked up in the 5th inning. And Youngstown scored that 7th run on a wild pitch. And it's up high 3-1. It was the leadoff double by Ryder in the 5th inning. He moved to third on a ground out. At bat of Amos, of which Ernie spoke at the time. Strike 3-2.
Bit of a late call, but I think the right call. And that's a fastball. Maybe a little bit up, but
3-2 pitch. And a walk to the number 9 hitter. I said a few moments ago that you'd like to do something against the bottom part of the batting order. But that's not been the case. Hit batsman, fielder's choice, error, a couple of wild pitches. Now top of the batting order for the left-handed batter, Saita.
Saita, just a dangerous guy. I mean, we saw him in his first at-bat. Hit a line drive into that left center field gap that I think would have been an extra base hit if the ground wasn't so wet and it wouldn't have died. But later on, a double off the wall in the right center field gap. He's got that very classic gap-to-gap, quick, flat swing that produces a lot of hard line drives.
He is 5 for 7 in the tournament. Runner at first, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Strike on the inside corner.
I think he was looking for something middle away, possibly breaking ball. Actually got a fastball that ran in.
Watching the catcher, it looks like the thumb is the step off. The wiggling thumb is the throw to first.
This is the fastball, I believe.
Away.
Away.
It's real rocket scientific, doesn't it?
I mean, I'm really surprised that both teams, I've seen their catchers, they're not, going through a sequence of signs with runners at second base.
Here it's a runner at first with one out. I told you, this group down below from Japan, they've been a loose bunch. Even down by 4 runs, they were still having some fun. But they believe that they came back against Palmview, took advantage of Palmview making a good number of mental mistakes. 1-2 pitch, liner down the right field side, and it's second and third. Did I see that right, that the ball could have been caught?
I believe so. No, it's going to get scored a double, but man, what an opportunity there for Youngstown. If Patelis is able to snare that line drive, he steps on first and the inning is over. I mean, it's a double play to end the inning, and I don't know if the ball was knuckling or had some type of spin, or for whatever reason, he did not get a great read on it and wasn't able to make the play. But that's an absolutely L3 unassisted double play to end the inning and to end this Japanese threat if Patelis is able to hold on.
Saita gets his 3rd hit of the game. Change is forthcoming, Joe.
Continuing our theme of former Pony League World Series players who have had success in the big leagues and particularly in the NL Central, Kristen Yelich, the 2018 National League Most Valuable Player, is on that alumni list of Pony League players. He played for Simi Valley, California.
It was just fun, man. Like, those are some of the best memories you have of playing baseball. You're a kid. I think I started playing pony when might have been like 9 or 10. Whatever Mustang is, I think, 10, somewhere around there. So that's when I started playing pony for the first time, and you kind of learn like the rules of baseball. It's the first time you got like leadoffs and all that stuff. But you get to play with your friends. You get to play with your friends for the duration of your time in pony baseball, and if you're fortunate enough to play with them in high school, and then after that, everybody kind of goes on their own path and their own journey, So I think you should enjoy it as much as you can and just make the most of it. It's a game at that point still.
And 17 years have passed since Yelich played here back in 2006, guys.
Okay, the changes. Weibling, after pitching to 3 batters in the 5th and 5 batters in the 6th, goes back to right field. And the 3rd pitcher of the game for Youngstown is the right-hander who we saw earlier in the day, Carter Reichert from Greenville, Pennsylvania.
Congratulations. And we have a winner in the 50-50, Laura Stallmuller of Washington. Please deposit your non-winning tickets in the nearest cash receptacle.
Reichert worked an inning and a 3rd in the loss to Edogawa, Japan this morning.
Boy, these kids are going to sleep well tonight, aren't they? I mean, they've had a long day, and, you had a long day. A lot of people that didn't play baseball a bunch don't realize how mentally exhausting the game is when you have to be out here and concentrating and being just locked in for 10, 11, 12 hours in a day, where every thought in your mind, or 90% of the thoughts in your mind, are all revolving around baseball and the game, and maybe something had happened earlier in the day and you want to change later in the day. I mean, the mental exhaustion is just, it's worse than the physical exhaustion.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I've always believed that this is much more of a mental game than people realize. And the pitch coming up and in on Fikuchi. Gets it in the chest, and the bases are loaded.
So here's the question.
Did he offer that pitch?
Did he offer? And that's
because
what
if
happens.
he did, it's a strike.
When you square around like that, I think he was pulling back. I don't think you can argue that.
But here's Joe Gabriel out to talk to the home plate umpire.
Yeah.
And Boehner, the home plate umpire, is going to get help.
You know, just to keep going with that point, I think the toughest days of baseball I've ever had was either as a player or as a coach, as they talk.
Yes.
No. I had him square, and then the ball came out of space, and he didn't care.
Bailed out. Gotcha. No, they're saying when he went around, the ball was at his face, and he was trying to get out of the road.
You were saying?
First of all, I believe that's the right call, and the umpires did a good job to appease the request and make the right call. But some of the toughest days I've ever had is like those early March, late March, cold days in the Northeast where it's 35 to 40 degrees and you got to go play a doubleheader. And I mean,
you got to concentrate.
You got to concentrate in the physical and the mental. And I mean, those are the nights that you finally get warm and get dinner, and you sleep really well on those nights.
Bases loaded, middle infielders back with one out in a one-run ball game. And the ball fouled away by Miyagi, who was 2 for 3 in the game.
Oh, the first baseman, Logan Patel, is really in here. I wonder why you want to play that close. You do still have a 1-run lead.
Full windup. 0-1 pitch, base hit to right field. Shikakura scores to tie the game. Saida scores to put the Japanese team back in front, 8-7. And Fikuchi ends up at third base on the 2-run single of Miyagi, 8-7.
Boy, off the bat, hit hard. You were thinking maybe 4-6-3 double play. But just to the glove side of the second baseman, Gabriel, nothing he can do. And it's a hard hit single for 2 RBIs and a big swing for Japan, who have come all the way back and taken the lead.
Literally big swing. Not only the delivery of the ball, but the pendulum swing of this game. It was 3-0 Japan after 1, and this means that the 7th inning is a last call inning for Youngstown. Runner going to second, the throw to the second baseman. The runner stopped. Now the relay to the shortstop, Amos. And Miyagi finally finishes the route.
Conceding segment. I tell you what, talk about putting a lineup together. Tip your hat to the Japanese coaching staff. Their leadoff hitter, Saita, 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, 3 runs scored, 2-hitter, 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a hit by pitch, and an RBI. 3-hitter right now, 3 for 4 with a run scored, 2 RBIs. And then don't forget the guy on deck who hit the big 3-run homer in the first inning. So at least tonight he got the best 4 hitters in the lineup in the right spot.
Infield in, runners at second and third, 1 out. And Reichert's 2-0 pitch. He's up and in. Washington County against Monterey coming up after this one. 3-ball pitch and a strike. It all started with a hit batsman. This 4-run bottom of the 6th. Three-1 pitch. Ball 4.
Breaking ball just bended around the strike zone, really close.
And the bases are loaded. And another pitching change coming up right here. Reichert faced 3 batters, gave up a hit batsman, a single, and a walk. And Brecken Hederick is going out. Let's listen to Joe.
All right. Minimize here. Force out here, okay? Go to work. Hey, let's go. Keep it up. Keep it up. Let's go.
And what do you do here? Bases loaded, you play your middle infielders back for 2 and the
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
corner guys up.
You got to hope for, some good fortune, and you get a ground ball and you get a double play to get out the inning. I think absolutely, without a doubt. But the other issue is they're, Japan's probably going to steal second base on the first pitch, right?
Yeah, as I said a moment ago, the inning started with a hit batsman as the leadoff hitter took one of the ribs. In the ground ball, failure to get it out at second, the error, and there were runners at first and third. Then there was a strikeout and then a walk that loaded the bases and a wild pitch. There were back-to-back wild pitches that accounted for runs 5 and 6, and it became a 1-run ball game. And then the line drive that might have been a double play to end the inning, but it turned out to be the opening of a 2-run single for Miyagi and put Japan up 8-7. And with the bases loaded, there is 1 out, and Inoue will be the 9th batter of the inning. And keep in mind, Youngstown had a 7-3 lead after 4.5 innings.
Number 4, Brecken Hederick.
If Youngstown were to lose tonight, it would be eliminated. Youngstown opened up with a win over Covina, and then earlier today it had that walk-off home run to propel it into this game tonight. Inoue 0 for 3. There's 1 out. Middle infielders back, corner infielders up.
Now the middle guys are coming in. They were back in double play depth, but now the entire infield's in here with the bases loaded.
Line drive, base hit, scoring Fukuchi, bobble in left center field, allowing Miyagi to come home, and it is 10-7. Minamatsu ends up at third base.
Boy, just a nice piece of hitting there, not waiting around, left on left matchup, first pitch out of the hand of Hedrick.
And if the infield's back?
And in a way, yeah. I mean, if it's back, it's a line out to the shortstop. But, man, what a pretty swing there. Got on top of a high fastball and drove it the other way for a 2 RBI knock.
Natsuki Nakamura.
First and third, 1 out. 10th batter of the inning. Here is Nakamura, who took one in the ribs earlier. Runner going, throw to the second baseman just in behind the pitcher. Bob single, 2 RBIs? Okay, thank you. Just to make sure. Infield in with runners at second and third. And a strike 0-2.
Looks like Japan may have had the safety squeeze on there.
Oh-2 pitch. A swing.
Wow.
And a miss, and the runner steals home. And the runner is safe at first.
Yeah, Nakamura is going to be safe at first on a drop third strike. Wow, you don't see that player very often.
As the hitter was lunging for the pitch, the catcher didn't make the catch.
Ooh, it looked like it may have been a foul ball. I don't know that. I don't know. I kind of had the feeling, but yeah, that's a strikeout.
Strikeout. Wild pitch, pass
that's
ball,
pass
allowing
ball,
the run to score.
That's not a wild pitch. Kind of a weird play. I wonder what the guy at third was doing. He was in motion with 2 strikes.
Runner going for second being ignored.
I mean, the squeeze couldn't have been on, right, with 2 strikes?
No.
Especially with a swing. But the guy at third was in motion. The base runner that just scored, who I believe
so
was
knowledgeable and anticipatory.
Wow, I love to talk baseball with that guy.
Yeah, it'd be great to see a shot as the pitch is coming in, seeing how far down the line he is.
I mean, it's almost like he was stealing home or thought maybe the squeeze was on.
And count 2-0. It's now 11-7. The pitch that goes back to the screen, and Inoue scores to make it 12-7. And Nakamura to third.
Put a couple pitches there. You can just tell the fatigue. Ford Stacy, the catcher, understandably getting a little tired back there. It's been a long day and not able to handle some pitches in this inning.
Kawasaki, 11th batter of the inning. It is an 8-run inning. Ball bunted. The runner was coming there. And a foul ball.
That was definitely the squeeze, and a good job, good call there by the umpire. That ball was double bunted, but the hitter, Kawasaki, was still in the box, so it's just a foul ball. And he's gonna we're gonna ask the questions. I thought the correct call was made, and it was made
I did too.
Immediately. That Kawasaki got the bunt down, but the ball popped right back up and hit his bat, which is an immediate dead ball.
(12-7). Edogawa has the lead. Pitch away. Keep in mind that part of the storyline before, which seemed to have some significance and does not anymore. Runner goes to second. While everybody was standing around, Kawasaki decided, well, I'll just keep going past first base.
Yeah, and I think Youngstown's hit a wall here. And again, understandably, they've been playing baseball since 10 o'clock this morning, third game of the day. Japan taking full advantage of their mental and physical fatigue right now.
Ball one on here with the runners at second and third. Takashita. One ball, one strike, one out. Number 11 at the plate. Well, the question will be, will the Monterey team experience the same issue relating to runner coming, suicide squeeze bunt again, fouled away. Will Monterey face the same thing when we see Monterey play Washington County?
We'll see, I mean, it might be more difficult on them because they had to wait around for quite some while, but how about 8 runs on 3 hits in this inning, Lanny, and only 1 out so far? 8 runs on 3 hits.
Couple of hit batsmen. What, 3 walks? Runner coming again.
He's going to bunt out there. That's going to be an out.
That's it. 2 outs in the inning. And Shikakura ready to bat. Let me tell you that in the 7th inning, with Youngstown down to its final 3 outs, it'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7. (0-2) pitch, way outside. The way this inning's been going, we're spending most of our time watching that runner at third.
Been entertaining.
Next pitch outside, 2-0. (12-7). Edogawa, Japan leading, ready to advance to the championship game. 3-0.
right at the 2 hour and 40-minute mark for this game, and still only in the bottom of the 6th.
Now the 2-ball or the 3-ball pitch is a called strike. Yes, we started the game at 6:16. 5th game of the day, and the 3-1 pitch is up high, and the bases are reloaded.
It's going to bring the top of the order back, and Kato Saita, who again is 3 for 4 today with 3 runs scored and 2 doubles, one of which he hit in this inning off the glove of the first baseman Patelis.
And it is a 6 for 9 tournament so far for this left-hand hitting third baseman. Joe Gabriel's troops had the lead 7-3, and 9 unanswered runs. Pitch outside, ball 1. Youngstown played Friday night, didn't play Saturday, didn't play Sunday, didn't play Monday, playing 3 games today. And a called strike, 1-1. Two outs, bases loaded, 1-1 pitch up and in. Well, the catcher, Ford Stacy, has caught 2 games today, and he pitched the middle game.
Unbelievable.
2-1 pitch and a ball fouled away. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And pitch low and inside.
And the merry-go-round will start. 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded.
And the strikeout finally brings to a close the top of the 6th inning. 8 runs on 3 hits. Last opportunity for Youngstown to stay alive. Trailing by 5, we go to the 7th.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
So Takashita, when he came down off the mound in the middle of the 6th inning, his team was trailing 7-4, and now he's in line to get the win.
He's taking a lot of time here, getting himself ready for the inning.
Well,
he's talked to his catcher more just in the warm-up process here than I think you and I have talked together all night.
Yeah, and before the Japanese team took to its positions, they had a 9-member conclave at the mound. It would have been too many men on the field had it not been for the fact that catcher Shikakura hadn't come out of the dugout yet. Washington County and Monterey coming up. Roger Leonard, our producer, Scott Bartlett, our director, with executive producers Mike Parsons and Dan Lohman, and a crew of talented men and women who have been here since 7:30 this morning, doing devoted excellent television work.
Yeah, my hat's off to all of you guys. I got called in for the night shift.
Braden Baracco steps in. He's re-entering the game and takes a called strike. (12-7). The Japanese team is on the cusp of moving into the championship game, and will it be against Washington County or Monterey? Monterey went all the way to the championship game last year, swing and a miss, and lost to New Taipei City. One-two pitch. One away. Takashita has faced 4 batters and has struck out 3.
Yeah, the breaking ball is devastating, especially on right-handed hitters, and he throws it for a strike. It's just a hard breaking ball. Get the slider away, and that one kind of jumps up out of his hand, almost front door to the right-hander, and he is difficult out there, especially on the right-handed hitters.
Now Patelis. Well, there's no doubt, if you've been around the game of baseball, you know that when you dissect a game, very often there are 1 or 2 plays that could have been made that, had they been made, would have changed the outcome. And believe me, even in a game like this, that was the story here tonight.
We've had a couple of plays that completely changed the outcome of the game.
You know, we have a tendency as broadcasters and sports writers to be somewhat obsessed with hits and errors and earned run and unearned run, but what it comes down to is, was there a play or two that could have been made that was not?
Is there a chance we're going to have a pitching change here because of pitch count? 7 pitches in the inning. Takashita, 2 strikeouts. Appears he's going to stay on the mound. I believe, who knows? A lot going on right now, and with a language barrier. My vote for player of the game goes to the translator. She's had quite the task here tonight. I mean, she's been involved in about.
14番がショート。で、ショートがサード。で、
What is going on?
So we are going to have a new pitcher, huh?
11 アウト。アウト。で、ピッチャーに代わってショートに。
You're making all these changes.
14。
With 2 outs in the 7th inning, the need for, evidently, the need.
あ、じゃあ分かった。ライトトゥピッチャー。トゥピッチャー。
And Miyagi is going to pitch.
で、ピッチャーに代わってショートに14番。
Miyagi had been out in left
ショ
field.
ートに14番。
You know, Ernie, there was a time when I was broadcasting for the Pirates that I was downright obsessive about my scorecard. And I had to make sure that every out had the right numbers, you know, 3-2 on the rundown plays. I was obsessed about earned runs and unearned runs. And now at age 75,
yep.
Oh, it'll work itself out.
Especially in this situation. I've got Kai Miyagi on the mound. with 2 outs in the 7th in a 5-run game, and I'm not sure that I'm going to worry about the position changes. But the one thing I've learned here in this half inning is that the Japanese coaching staff does not care that you've been here since 7:30 this morning.
Well, I wouldn't want them to care about that.
or anybody else.
Or that
there is no sense of time right now, considering this game, like you said, started at 6:15 and it's almost 9 o'clock, and we still have another baseball game to play.
Yeah,
here.
but remember, these folks from the Japanese players and coaches, they came a long way to be with us.
Absolutely. By no means am I saying that in a derogatory way, but and I'm sure that they took the pitcher out because of pitch count, right? I mean, have the ability to bring him back tomorrow because he is dominant. I mean,
the cutoff point is
25.
Is no, the next step was 21, but it goes back. It recycles back from where the at bat started, is what I understand. So you're right. He would now be available for tomorrow.
It's a great move because he's pretty special out there.
Catcher number 25, Ford Stacy.
Here's Ford Stacy. And the pitch down low, ball 1. As I was saying earlier, Ford has caught 2 games today and pitched a game. And 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 12-7. Edogawa, Japan. Mr. Miyagi's 2-1 pitch.
That's great, by the way, Mr. Miyagi. Been waiting to. One of my all-time favorite movies. My all-time favorite actors.
2-2 pitch. And now full count. Nobody on, 2 down. 12-7. Japan leading Ohio. High chopper. Saida, our player of the game, handles the final out. So Youngstown has been eliminated, and Edogawa, Japan is in the championship game to be played at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yeah, and they're going to have the luxury of sleeping in tomorrow and having the whole day to eat a couple times and not worry. We'll see how it all shakes out here in the nightcap as the host, Washington County, will take on Mexico.
We've got another game for you folks coming up. Monterrey, Mexico against Washington County. Final score, Japan 12, Ohio 7.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to